You're watching News at Prime. Let's bring you this now. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is set to meet a delegation from the National Council of Provinces on Monday. The high-level meeting hosted by the NCOP aims to strengthen cooperative governance and bring provincial issues to the attention of Parliament. NCOP also seeking interventions on how they can enhance policing and public safety. Mkhwanazi, you'll recall, blew the whistle on claims of political interference in the higher ranks of the police force. The Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has been put on special leave of absence as a result. All right, let's discuss this now. Joining me for this conversation is NCOP leader of the KZN delegation, Mzamo Billy, who joins us now from Durban. Mr. Billy, good evening to you. Thank you for your time. Let's start with the purpose of this meeting. The understanding is that this has been spearheaded by yourselves as the NCOP delegation. What is it that you're looking for?
Thank you very much, Bonnie. Good afternoon to yourself and to the viewers at home. You are quite correct. This has been initiated by the members of parliament to the NCOP in KwaZulu-Natal as part of many other stakeholder engagements with different departments and municipalities in the province. Basically just to just to speak about the role of the NCOP and how best we can be able to bring the issues affecting the province to the national sphere. And this forms part of one of the engagements that we are having during this constituency period, as you would know. And all the delegates from the NCOP in KZN will be engaging with the SAPS management team, including the provincial commissioner, just to get a grasp of the challenges that they are facing, from political killings to police being killed to suspects being killed, and many other issues that has got to do with the capacity and the resourcing of the police in the province. And that is really the spirit of our engagement with the police. And certainly, just to clarify this and make it very clear, that Parliament has initiated a process to deal with the allegations which the General Mkhwanazi has expressed in the recent past. And by no means this initiative is meant to get into that, and we will not be discussing the allegations, as that is going to be dealt with by Parliament and the committee that has since been formed by Parliament to look into those issues.
Interesting words you use there, that you are going to be discussing everything from resources to capacity. And as you mentioned as well, that this meeting comes at an interesting time when the country is looking forward to the investigations that are going to be conducted through Parliament as regards the allegations that were made by General Mkhwanazi. And then it also comes ahead of the start of the Commission of Inquiry, the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, into the criminal justice system in the country, and key, of course, is the police. The KZN province does not have a crime intelligence head, and the Commissioner of KZN is on record saying this, even through that explosive media briefing that he held, which sparked all of this. Was the NCOP aware of this, or are you only grappling with these issues now?
Look, I think there's a number of serious allegations that were made by the provincial commissioner. But as I've said, our responsibility or our task at this point in time is really to have an initial discussion with the provincial commissioner, introduce the delegation, see how best we can interact and form a form of a collaborative efforts to deal with crime in the province, because that is precisely what we are concerned about as the delegation and members of parliament representing the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, I think it would be premature to get into the allegations because that is precisely going to be dealt with by the commission, which has been established by the president, but also Parliament has taken steps to also deal with the allegations. So I don't think it would be in the best interest of the processes that have been enabled to get into that space. Our responsibility is not to, ask questions around the matters that have been raised, but our responsibility is to see if the police have got enough vehicles, have got enough policemen. As you know, there is another crisis. So we want to know what is being done, how best we can be able to assist. In as far as, what has been raised, again, I want to emphasize that we've got a process that has been enabled, and as members of parliament, we have got full confidence that Parliament will be able to process the allegations, and by all means will try to stay away from that process in the discussions that we'll have tomorrow with the police management in the province.
Yeah. I'll tell you why I'm asking this question in this way, and specifically the matter of the crime intelligence head that's non-existent in KZN. It is that if you don't have crime intelligence, you are unable to detect these crimes and stamp them out before they happen so that communities are safe. Now, you are coming into action on the back of many things that have since been said, and there are people who are going to view your visit with cynicism because they will say you're springing into action to look busy when, in actual fact, KZN has been in your face for the longest time. It is a violent province with one of the country's highest crime rates, including murder. And interesting comments, by the way, from the head of the police who spoke on Friday at the swearing-in ceremony of the acting police minister, who says, since that media briefing that was held by Mkhwanazi, there has been a lot of arrests that have been going on, but he's careful to not say why this is happening. So do you understand the picture I'm trying to paint here, that the NCOP, here you are, wanting to look busy, but where have you been all this time, people will say?
Now, let me make this clear, Colin. I'm not going to get into the space that you want me to get into. But what I can say is that the NCOP delegation from KZN, which comprises of various political parties, has been doing its work. It's not the first time that we are visiting the province. We've done this last year. We went to municipalities in the province. We did eThekwini municipality and attended to the Go Durban issue, which is currently in front of Parliament, which has it has 8 billion project that has not, kick-started because of, many other issues. But what I'm saying is that we initiated this process a while ago, even before the provincial commissioner came with these allegations. We're not just meeting with him as the NCOP delegation in KZN. We're also meeting with the Premier on Wednesday, along with the cabinet, to discuss and to say to the cabinet that we are members of parliament representing the province in the NCOP. And we want to use us to bring legislative reforms, to bring issues affecting the province to the national parliament. And that is part and parcel of the work that we've been doing. It's just a pity and perhaps misunderstood that this meeting came about just before Parliament kickstarted its processes. But this meeting was well planned even before Parliament knew that there was going to be this issue. So certainly there's nothing sinister about that.
Okay, all right. Let's perhaps then conclude the conversation on this score. The engagement, as you are quoted in your statement, also seeks to build a stronger link between legislative oversight and operational policing realities in the province. What for you stands out as key priorities, particularly when it comes to legislative oversight versus the realities that police face on the ground?
Look, the reality and what must concern all of us is that there has been quite a number of policemen and women killed in the line of duty. But equally so, there's also been suspects being killed while being arrested And those kind of engagements or interactions between the police and civilians have got to, they've got to, be measured, and they have got to ensure that there is greater public trust, in the police. So, I mean, we've Parliament has, in the last budget presentation to Parliament in the NCOP, Minister confirmed that they were procuring body cameras, for example, police body-worn cameras, which we believe that is going to enhance, the police work and protect the police, but more also protect the public. But also that requires legislative reforms to bring it into place. And we do believe that Parliament has got a role to play in order to bring those legislative reforms. But beyond that, there's quite a number of issues affecting women and children. There's extortionists, there's construction mafias, and Parliament, the police, government have got to have an approach that is interlinked. And legislative reforms is also, going to play a central role in dealing with those issues. And that is precisely why we are having these engagements. And we'll have many other engagements with not just the police, with other departments, with other municipalities, to ensure that there is a coordinated approach to dealing with the matters affecting our province, which we dearly love as a delegation from the province.
All right. Let's conclude the conversation then. That meeting between yourselves and the police management in KZN, it happens tomorrow. Are you at liberty to tell us whether you will be reporting back exactly through such platforms such as us? Are you going to give us feedback basically about what has come out of that engagement?
Well, this is it's a well-known engagement. That's why we told South Africans and the people of KwaZulu-Natal what we are doing. So whatever comes out of that meeting must be known by the public. We go into this meeting with high spirits. We go into this meeting not to try and duplicate work of Parliament, but more so to assist our policemen and women, the management of SAPS in the province, because we want them to work, because we care about the safety of our people in the province, and we want to support all the efforts of the South African Police Service. And whatever that we discuss, we agree on in as far as challenges that face the police in the province, and what can be done in terms of Parliament. That will be known by the public. We've invited you. We will obviously have engagement, and then you're more than welcome to find out what was discussed and what we agreed on, and that is the spirit of the engagement.
Mzamo Billy, thank you very much for your time. The NCOP leader of the KZN delegation, as you've heard, they will be meeting with Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi in KZN tomorrow.